This is Creating Grin. Join us as we play Dungeons & Dragons around ye new table, throwing dice, telling stories, and creating legacies. My name is Eric, and I have the privilege of being your Dungeon Master for this chapter of our tale. With me, as always, the Crit Crew. On my left, we now have...
Hi, I'm Bryan. I'm playing Demetrious Berevin, the Drow Paladin. And Demetrious is kind of confused on what he's doing with this rabble of individuals, but at the same time is really hoping to be able to redeem what haunts him from his past.
I'm Jason, playing Nox, Changeling Rogue. I have lost my good D20, so we are now bringing out a jail D20 from the previous season. Nox is about to die in this pool.
I'm Katie, playing Elias Eidolon, an Air Genasi druid who does not want to see another one of his friends die, and is also currently in the wrong element.
I'm Maria. I'm playing Rilda, Farseeker, Drow Ranger, and I'm currently hoping that I don't drown my new friends.
I'm Ashley. I'm playing Runa, the Tabaxi fighter. We'll see if cats like water or the old adage is true.
Boy, did we just pick the wrong types of characters.
Right?
As we venture through Chapter 15, The Hunt for Demetrious Nightshade. Traveling with Rilda the Ranger through the Feywood to the Vanishing Falls in pursuit of the escaped prisoner Demetrious Nightshade, our party discovered that the unguarded backdoor entrance to the Underearth was now guarded by a makeshift betrayer outpost along with a female shadow giant. Dealing with this opposition the best way they knew how, they finally made it to the deep cavern that led them into the Underearth.
Yeah, by
So-
avoiding all battle and combat and running around.
So now that you have taken a long dive several hundred feet, I need everyone to make an athletics check to see how well you swim and or hit the water surface.
Here we go. Okay.
Inspiration points are encouraged before you tell me the result of your roll.
I got an 11.
Okay.
Can I Jar Jar Binks dive into this thing with acrobatics, or do I gotta use athletics? 7. Or 8. Sorry, because I got a +1.
That's fun.
19.
That's good.
I used inspiration.
Okay. Just got pretty good.
Dirty 20.
Oh, wow. Okay. 12.
Okay. So those of you who have 15 or less are going to take some damage from hitting the water. Let's see. We have 12. We have
8.
8, and we have 11. Okay,
Look, I'm not used to liquid water, okay?
So here's how this goes. 11 and 12.
What do you mean?
11 and 12 take 5 points of damage. Unfortunately, 8, you're going to take a little bit more. 7. There you go. That's how much it hurts hitting the water at 200 feet above, coming off of a waterfall.
You said 7
as bad
points
as I
of
thought
damage?
that
7.
Yeah.
7 for you.
It was better than ice, probably.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, I'm
now,
slightly-
dark vision. Who's got dark vision?
Me?
Rilda's leading the way.
Mm-hmm.
What's your marching order? Because you're going to have to try to find... Because she's going to have to lead you through this cavernous underwater...
I got my rope handy.
Doesn't someone cast light or something?
Yeah, I can cast light on whatever.
Okay.
So,
Is that a suggestion? Please cast light on me.
Please cast light so we can all see.
on what? What would
Something
you like
far
light
down in the
on?
pool, please. Not up on the surface where we will get into combat with
Something
a
that
shadow
you can
giant.
drop and we'll just follow it as it
Not a
as
bad
it
idea.
sits.
A rock.
Well, so I mean, my plan was to cast light and then on something, and then also cast dancing lights for me. So I'm going to cast light on a rock and toss it to one of you two. and then I will have dancing lights just following behind me as well.
A rock.
Yes, that is now
That
just
rocks.
giving
Nice.
off 20 feet of light.
Okay, so there's enough illumination for everybody to see. Rilda's leading the party. What's the marching order? Who goes behind her?
I'll go second.
Okay.
He sinks second.
Haha.
I'll go next. Why not?
Okay.
I'll go in the middle.
I'll be last.
Okay.
Okay. So here's the thing. The pit or the kind of hole continues deeper past.
Mhm.
She probably will lead you, I don't know, 10, 15 feet lower than the water surface till you find this huge kind of opening. Probably about 10 feet wide and same height and so forth. So, go ahead and give me athletics checks. You need 10 or better to navigate this portion of the tunnel.
Does anyone want guidance?
Oh, no, I'm good. Good.
I'm gonna use my inspiration. Oh boy.
Someone wants guidance.
15.
On myself.
15 for me.
Okay.
17.
Okay.
I recovered.
You said athletics, right? It's
Correct.
dirty 20.
Okay.
6.
Okay.
The leader.
You're doing great.
I got my paws under me. It's 24 now.
Okay, so you guys are following the ranger who knows exactly where she's going.
Sure does.
Unfortunately, you zigged when you should have zagged. You took a wrong turn. So you guys will notice that she goes off to the left, and there's like a passageway straight ahead, and there was one to the right. She goes to the left, and the tunnel begins to close down narrower and narrower and narrower until it gets to a dead end.
Do we have 50 feet above us?
Do you have what?
Do we have a not like?
Oh no, you're encapsulated in underwater. This is all underwater. You're in a.
I'm trying to see because I was planning on still using my rope to use the fancy rope spell.
Oh, to take your long rest. Or to take your short break.
Take a
or
little
whatever.
break, yeah.
No, this tunnel is completely sealed. You know that you went the wrong way. Once you get to a certain point, you're like, yeah, I screwed up, and I kind of went the wrong way.
So we have to swim backwards.
You gotta
so I'm
do
like,
that.
I kind of give them all a look like it's dark. Even though I have dark vision. I don't know, I can't talk underwater, but I'm just like,
Right, yep, expressions.
yeah, and
One
I
of these
just
little like
backtrack and head back towards the tunnel, hopefully.
Alright, so, go ahead and give me another athletics check.
I'm gonna cast guidance on Rilda.
Okay.
Guidance is a D.
D4?
Roll a D4 and add the number.
Now the question is guidance verbal?
Yes.
Oh, never mind.
I guess not.
Alright.
Touch
Oh, wait.
one willing creature.
Nope, okay.
But you have to.
Touch.
Yeah.
1 million
It's
creature.
verbal though.
Okay.
Is it verbal? Compelling.
Oh my god.
Never mind.
We're gonna drown. I'm gonna drown.
And that concludes this episode of
Nice to see you guys again. I'll see myself out.
Peace.
What has everybody got?
24.
Okay.
16.
Okay.
8.
4.
Backing up is hard to do.
You got a 2?
13.
Okay, what do we have?
24.
16.
Katie, what do you have?
8.
4.
Oh, okay. As a group, you will all work together and have enough to get yourself right into that main kind of passageway. Now, there is enough space, there is a pocket of air you will be able to know that you will be able to get to.
Okay.
Which
Maybe. Right. Above us, there's like a
it'll
pocket
be
of air.
directly above you.
Okay.
So you will be able to utilize your
Yeah.
magic rope trick of amazing.
Well, I think if there's a pocket of air, we can just swim up to it, right?
Yep.
We don't really have to use a rope trick.
Correct.
So I'll just kind of be like, okay, like try to signal to you guys, like, this is right, yes, okay. Then I start swimming upwards.
So each one of you guys will spring up, gasping for air, as you used a little bit more air than you thought you were going to.
I have unending breath.
Nice.
You do.
And
Wow, so you're not winded at all.
you're really good at this. Maybe you should have.
No, because I don't know where I'm going.
So I'll pop
Me neither.
when I pop up. I'll be like gasping, like, everybody doing good, looking really good over here.
You know, my
No.
fur is all wet.
Sure.
And then I will proceed, once we all have a minute to like kind of tread water and catch our breath, I'll proceed back under to keep chugging.
Okay, go ahead
I'm
and
gonna
give me.
grab her before she goes under, and then I'm gonna cast guidance.
Okay,
Thank you.
there you go. Athletics check to continue. The one thing that Rilda will be able to tell you is over the next probably several hundred feet, there's going to be a swifter current.
Oh.
So you're going to be swimming against a current, which is challenging. We'll go with a group on this.
14 for me.
15.
13.
12.
Dirty 20.
Okay, 3 out of 5 ain't bad. You guys will make it. You will continue to press and swim, and you get to a point where you can feel the current kind of lessen or reduce, kind of breaking. And when you do is when you will, she will start leading you towards the surface. You will come to the surface, and it is completely dark. The light will give you, what was it, 20 feet of bright light, like a torch, Bryan?
Yes, light is 20 feet of bright, and then 20 feet of dim.
So it's like having a torch in your hand, and that's about all you can see. Beyond that is like pitch black. Those of you with the dark vision that have 120 feet of it, you can see a little bit past that. But it's a huge lake from what you can tell. The water is very... It's kind of this weird green color. Like, it's not clear, it's not blue, it's a green, if you will.
I'll start swimming toward the closest banks or wherever I would normally
Yep, and you
egress
guys
the lake.
follow her lead. You guys will see different glowing things within the water. As
Is the water, I mean, I probably can't tell, but it's green because of like the bioluminescent.
well, the light is kind of showing it as a green.
Okay.
That Elias has, man, my brain. But you are beginning to see that it is. It's not like murky or dirty. It's fairly clean and clear. And you are seeing glowing things below, which are bioluminescent flora, fauna, or sea life, sea creatures, etc. that are down there.
Stalks on a giant fish that's gonna come up and eat us.
It could be the dangler fish there.
Yeah.
So you make your way to the shoreline, and it is cave rock shoreline. It is broken bits of jagged stone and rock that kind of form this shoreline. Everybody is saturated. Your armors and clothing are wet and heavy, and it's very cold down here because it's underground.
Ha, so comfortable.
Yes. Well, next stop, I suppose, would probably be my little corner of the under earth.
Correct. It'll be your little hidden outpost.
Yes.
Okay.
So I would chart a course that way, I suppose.
Go ahead and give me a survival check for navigation. You have advantage because you've traversed this before. You know there's one dangerous pathway that you're going to come upon before you get to where you need to go.
Okay.
And it's referred to as Goblin's Pass.
So as we're walking, I'll just kind of explain, like, there is a place that the locals refer to as Goblin Pass, and it can get a little hairy, but, you know, we'll kind of take it as we come. I rolled this is survival, right?
Correct.
18.
Okay, you definitely get your bearings and you know where you're going. As a matter of fact, you will have made small little markers or things like that for you to help navigate.
I'll point those out to the crew, like, look, here's, if you kind of watch the trail, you'll see my little signs of me around that.
What do you want them to look like?
Probably just traditional, like, trail markers where it's like I stacked up some stones and stuff like that. You know, like you see around.
Cool.
Yeah, so I'll just kind of, I don't necessarily think stealthily, but like quietly, not hurrying, but just walking would be best.
Okay.
Just
All right.
guiding everybody home.
What's the marching order?
Me first.
I'll go second.
Same as swimming order.
Yeah.
Why not?
Just wanted to make sure.
And I'll start listening for any signs of like small feet or goblin things.
As you guys kind of continue walking, you can see this underground lake is huge. Like you walk for probably, I don't know, half a mile along kind of this winding pathway that has a combination of stalagmites and kind of like cliff facings or rock facings, and even some stalactites that overtake. So it kind of like forms this almost like cone or cave or C-shaped kind of hollowed out portion that you guys are walking underneath. And it's still like on your left, you can still kind of see this lake as it just seems to stretch on for endless. One thing you will begin to notice is you begin to climb in elevation. At a certain point, probably a quarter mile of the half mile, you're going to start climbing up, and then you're going to see that you go up 25, 30, 40 feet onto more of a narrow passageway that'll break free to drops on either side of you. So when you've probably got 15 to 20 feet of a walkway in front of you, or a passageway or pathway, and then that's pretty much sheer drop off into darkness.
Everybody take a look right and left. Don't fall.
Right. And you will continue to, she pointed out her trail markers, so she's, they're like 4 stones high or however many stones, she stacked them strategically. So you guys will be following them along, which is good in case you get separated from the group.
Oh, why would you mention that, Dan?
I just wanted to know.
Everybody hold each other's tails.
So yeah, Rilda is leading, and was it you? Okay. What are your passive perceptions?
15.
15.
Okay, so the two of you are going to hear something ahead. You will hear it first because you're in the lead, but you will be spot on hearing it as well.
I'll do one of those, put my hands up or kind of make a signal to slow down. And I'll be like, do you hear that?
And the rest of you just kind of like gently nudge in as you're kind of coming to a stop. Right. The Scooby-Doo one.
Also, like, just a bright beaming light. So I got 3 dancing lights atop me, and
I've got a light on.
Aliens has got a light in their hand. Like, oh yes, this is great.
It's been great.
What do you guys want to do?
Are these... Can I tell that these are like the goblins I expected to see, or like the area where they'd be?
It sounds like something... The noise is larger.
It's coming towards us.
It is coming towards you. This is kind of like
on
a
this
main...
narrow ledge with drop-offs on.
It's not like within 60 feet of you, but it's a kind of a collective of multiple noises. The more you listen and hone in, you go ahead and make a perception check to see if you pick anything up.
It's dark. Nope. Oh, okay.
Why not?
I got a 24.
24.
Oh, look at there.
Nice.
So the two
We're
of
the
you,
same person?
the two of you are looking and listening, and as you do, I think you don't have dark vision.
I don't.
Okay, your dark vision picks up what looks like a caravan, a supply caravan that's coming this direction. And the supply caravan is going to consist of what you're starting to see. There are 2 very large spiders, and mounted on the back of these spiders are carriages, basically. They're like compartments or whatever that people can ride in. There is a saddle towards the front half of... Spiders have... They're like, what? Thorax?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like on the front half of the spider's thorax, there is a actual saddle with a rider that is actually like a horse and buggy, essentially. There's 2 of them as they are coming probably just within your dark vision, so somewhere around 120, 130 feet. Behind that, you're beginning to see a bunch of just shadowy movement, but you can hear multiple whispers, voices, and things like, "Oh, shut up! I'll beat you," and things like that.
Playing of weapons and armor?
It's a supply caravan,
Okay.
is what you would know. So I ask, what would you like to do?
Were there any little
One
hideouts
thing
close?
Yes,
you
the
do.
one right below us.
Oh, yes.
One thing you do know about a Goblin's Pass is it does break off into different passageways. So there's a main thoroughfare. If you can get to a certain point, it breaks off to a lower passageway that goes above the main, and there's an upper. So it's like a 3-tier. You got the middle, there's an upper path and a lower path.
Okay.
But this is an extremely dangerous passageway with all kinds of crazy things that could go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And this caravan is very large,
Yes.
and they are bringing supplies,
To the hole.
possibly
Yeah.
possibly to the Vanishing Falls.
Shadow
Group of
ogre and a
betrayers.
couple dragons need some, wyverns, I guess they were wyverns. Sorry.
Well, in that case, I might, put my arm out and try to silently indicate, let's try and find a different path, possibly to circumvent them. Maybe the one above. I don't necessarily think I want to go any lower.
The only problem I see with that is we're only about 120 feet away from them, and we are a big, beaming, bright light, so they definitely see us.
Well, all indication that she would
Shoves
know.
rock into jacket.
Right.
All indication would be that they haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah, there's like bioluminescence, so like, cut the lights, guys.
I might look back at Delayeth and be like, alright, dim it down a little bit.
I'm gonna.
Um,
I'll go ahead and
is there...
Tie a
Oh,
rope around you and
get
tie a
rid of
rope
the
around
dancing
us.
lights.
Okay.
we still have the rock,
Those will-
right?
Yeah, the rock is...
Foley was being serious. Just shoved the
Yeah,
rock
yeah,
down
okay.
my
Yeah. So the
letters.
rock is now concealed, still beaming, but definitely muted. That lasts for what, 8 hours?
It does. I can.
You can turn it off.
turn it
and on.
off.
Yeah, okay.
Though, as an action.
And, good one.
So.
Can I tell? Well, no, it's dark, so I was asked if they were shadowy or not shadowy.
The ones that you can just make out that are starting to come into that vision range are not. You can see that there are 2 drow riders that are basically driving the giant spiders. And it looks like the carriages or the kind of back mounts have several other drow inside. Possibly like a soldier militant transport. I will say that the longer you wait, you begin to feel the stone beneath you kind of vibrate slightly in a footstep form.
Oh boy. Any suggestions, you guys?
I don't have my hourglass. It's packed away somewhere.
Oh god.
What are you guys doing?
I think we have to go forward.
Yeah.
And then, was the upper passage on the left, the right?
It would be on your right. And I'll tell you what, let's just go ahead and switch over to a map that I may have made.
Oh.
Yay.
How kind of you.
Oh, nice.
I think you can zoom out a little bit to make them 1-inch squares, but there's a reason it's called Goblin's Pass, and no, it's not because there's goblins there, it's because the pass looks like a goblin.
Oh, that's cute.
That's adorable.
Hee.
So you guys are on the upper there on our brand new 4K.
Where's the upper? Is that the upper?
No, sorry, this
This
pass
is the
here.
upper?
Yep, this end here.
So...
They are aware that other end of the table is, they're not quite into the frame, I don't think yet. I could be wrong. I
So
would
this-
never-
This path goes above where they're probably going below, or like through here.
Yes, so there. If you look carefully, there's little arrows that show you on the map.
Okay, just go ahead and
And they're worked into like it should be an arrow that points
So
up.
there's an arrow that points this way.
Oh, I see him now.
Yep,
And
There's
that
one
way. So
here too.
I
correct.
see, okay.
Right.
Yeah,
And
those are good.
this is
Those
a
are nice.
50-foot drop off on this side. This over here, as I bump the microphone, sorry, it's basically cave wall. It's solid on the upper pathway. And I'm going to add some pieces of terrain.
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 and I'm
So
totally
this large rock, Bryan, if you pass it, it goes up to that little alcove where Katie is all the way down there.
Huh?
Nope. Up, top. So, no. Here, let me ping it.
yes.
It goes like right here. Ish.
Nice.
And then some of these you guys can feel free to design your own map the way you want. These are
Fancy.
little cave bits, you can put them.
Cave bits.
It's your game, so
Yeah,
you
real bits of
can
cave.
you can design it how you like.
That fits perfectly.
Hey, I remember these things that I painted.
There's some adorable little edible mushrooms.
Yeah, we gotta just hope.
Okay, so
Hammer that point
that's
home, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, those are
okay.
cute.
So anything black, make sure you put all the
really
stuff on your pathway.
Yeah.
So that piece right over there in the
Yeah. This
wall.
one.
Yep.
Put it there.
Okay.
Yeah. Why not?
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Beautiful.
So that's what you guys have before they start coming into view. or threat range, if you will. Hopefully you guys can see this on the YouTubes and the screen clearly now.
Yeah, that'll be a lot cleaner.
I will silently guide us to the right, and hopefully somebody grabs Delia's hand
Group
or
stealth.
group stealth.
Yep. Now, just so you know, I'm going to ping those right here. Those actually go down.
Guidance.
If you look towards the water pool, maybe
That works.
that
This
ledge
one goes down?
that goes up.
Oh, okay.
But there's those ledges
Ooh, I
on your
have
left of the path actually go down to a pool of water. That kind of green bioluminescent water.
So will that give us a little bit of light?
You have like 15, 20 feet above the middle path. And there is light coming from the water, so there is a little bit of
But if we
light.
fall in, it's not like a nice, easy way to get out of it.
No.
Not necessarily.
A nice loud splash.
There's also some, if you look on there, on the edges of those cliff near the water, there is some fungus or other type of strange mushrooms. They seem to be undulating, breathing, living something. They don't look like your standard edible mushroom that talk. They're a little different.
That talk.
different.
I squeak at you adorably.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I do believe I passed out a trace when we were on the cliff. Has it been an hour since we jumped?
I'm going to say you probably have about 10 minutes left.
So that means we'd have
Plus
everybody
10,
plus 10.
if you guys stay in a group of within 30 feet.
Oh, thank Jesus.
Sweet, plus 10.
I'm sorry,
Plus 10
thank
to your stealth roll.
Moon?
Thank Luna.
Thank Luna.
I shape-shifted into a drow, by the way.
Okay.
Okay,
Just
well,
kidding.
I'm fine.
What is everybody's stealth? We're doing a group stealth.
Well, because of paths without a trace, mine is now a 17.
Well, that's good.
27.
Good.
I forgot how to map. Dirty 20.
Okay.
34.
Excellent.
I would just like to explain to all of our viewers and listeners, I rolled a nat 1.
Oh god.
I have inspiration, so I re-rolled. I rolled a 3.
So you have 13.
That still does give me, I have a plus 8 for stealth, so with our plus 10 for pass without trace, I have a 21.
Okay. So you guys can move 15 feet and you can position your miniatures from where they are 15 additional feet. So go ahead and put yourselves where you want to be as this large caravan is going to start coming into play. It's like everybody's hugging the walls. Smart.
Is
Yes.
okay. Of our drow, can I just get a rundown of which
yeah,
drow are which right now?
So,
Me.
Runa,
Okay.
then
Nox.
Nox, then
Really?
Deleth.
Okay.
And
So
That's right.
Alias-
There's 3 of you.
yes, there's
Yeah.
3 drow.
There's 3
That's
drows.
right, I'm totally a drow. I can't see in the
Yeah. Right. I'm a
So-
drow, I swear.
So essentially, you are holding on to. Yeah, and then. Huh? Oh no, I thought you were right behind me because you were in the very back.
No,
No,
Ilias,
she was
Ilias
in the
was
back.
last.
Ilias was
Oh.
very bad.
I assume. Okay. Then I will have moved you up that way because Ilias can't see in the dark. I don't think.
You know
No,
what I
are
can
you-
do. Hang on.
Goliath is a drow, right?
Yes.
I have racial traits on here.
No, yeah, I can see in the dark.
Oh, okay.
Ilias can't.
Ah, okay.
And he's not an actual
And
dragon.
he's not an actual drow.
Ooh, that's a great way to tell changelings and all that.
Yeah.
Be like, huh?
Go down your racial features over here.
So yeah, because I was planning on hanging back with Ilias to help direct him.
Okay, thanks. You're so kind. I had dark vision and I was just gonna let him flounder in the
Run
net.
into a rock or something.
But Ilias. I would
Alright,
never
so
do you.
as this starts playing out, let's see if we can do something. I'm still fairly new at this. I'm going to start showing you just some generic.
Just a quick question.
Yeah, go
Is
ahead.
it brown rock or like gray mottled
It
rock
is-
that looks like snow leopard fur?
For instance.
It is
Just randomly.
Linden.
so Underdark Rock is a little. It's like almost like a clay gray-ish. And there
Okay.
is a bunch of like strange insects that crawl around on the rocks. So anybody have a fear of insects, you may need to do a wisdom save. Like Indiana Jones there.
We don't have any Gorath in this one.
I'm actually
No.
just a bag of insects shaped like a dragon, guys.
Let's see if I can find.
These are
This
my
makes
people.
so much sense.
Made of bees.
Okay, so I want to do this. Yes.
That's a hive mind. They can do anything but put in their mind down.
Ow.
And there's a way to do all the things. I gotta rotate them.
Oh, no, please.
That's one of them technical things.
So
Yikes.
yeah, don't do
Who's
that.
got a large shoe?
We should have just grabbed the one that was crawling on the wall earlier.
Don't tell them that.
Yeah, please don't.
Wait, can I,
There we go.
who can, like, control animals?
Okay, so
I have a +3.
these
Exactly, animal handling.
Can I ask a couple more?
Yeehaw.
these are the spiders that have like the caravan on top. Now I didn't have time, obviously, with certain things that are taking place in my life to construct them. I wanted to, believe me. But these are going to represent where they currently are at your current position. So, behind it now, you're beginning to see, let me see, there are... Oh... I know dead airspace, I'm sorry. They're almost like large iron cages.
Oh boy.
They are on wheels, so they have a bunch of humanoids packed inside these cages tightly.
Slaves.
There are drow on either side of these cages, keeping them in line, making sure that they are, maintaining order, and they are being pulled by a train of shadow drakes, which you guys have encountered multiple times before. There's 2 shadow drakes pulling each one of these cages.
One like they're singed or...
No, it's not that one. But they are emitting that strange kind of shadowy effect that you've encountered on the other shadow creatures, like the goblin and the giant that you've witnessed at the Vanishing Falls. And they have, basically, it's kind of set up like a large wagon. There's a seat with a driver on this too, kind of using, training the shadow drakes in the direction. There is a massive shadowy form that is behind those 2 kind of slave wagons, and it is giant-sized, and you can feel it as it walks. Now, those of you with passive perception 14 or higher are going to be able to see, because of the ambient light and things like that the cages are filled with medium-sized creatures, or, as Bryan pointed out, slaves. Or slave labor. One of you is going to notice that there is a tabaxi with similar kind of coating from the frozen north. There is a water genasi from the shallows, it looks like.
This feels targeted.
Right.
Same kind of motif. There appears to be a couple familiar humans from Merchant's Landing that are in there. And Merchant's Landing is where this whole game started. They're wearing kind of like thuggish outfits and things. There is a dragonborn that none of you have ever seen, because I don't think it... Well, except for you... Not you, because you're not him. You! This would be a dragonborn that you've seen from the Shallows, but you know they're from the Scaled Islands, which is further to the... Northwest, yeah. You also notice that there are some elves that look strange, and you're going to notice that stacked outside, so the cages are probably like 5 feet or 6 feet long, and then there's like a flatbed behind it that has a bunch of supplies and crates and things stacked behind it. Does that make sense? So there's like a cage, and behind it they have strapped and roped to a bunch of supplies. And it looks like they're probably going to set up more tents or build better things at the Vanishing Falls outpost that you guys just came from. So I ask you, with that description and things, what would you all like to do?
How tall is this area we're in?
You are about 15 feet above the middle path, and the lower path is 15 feet below, so you tower,
Right above.
But the giant that's starting to come into view is almost eye level with this upper path.
Yeah.
I'm getting some flashbacks.
Uh-huh. And you want to go, you can put this down there. Just be very careful with the base. It's just kind of tacked on there currently. Okay, and welcome back after some technical difficulties on the state of Ohio's part.
Transformers just catching on
As
fire.
we were in
I don't know how to drive.
the Under-Earth Traveling Goblins Pass, the caravan was passing the middle main passageway.
The shadow giant.
And this shadow, the female shadow giant, is about eye level from where our heroes are traveling to try to avoid being detected.
Different shadow giant.
It is a different female shadow giant, yes, correct. Same miniature, different female. That's how it works.
Yes.
It's recycling. We're all about
Yes.
that here. So I ask you, what do you wish to do with your pass without a trace
Moments.
that you had?
I have one question I thought of
Yeah.
during the not so short for our listeners break, but the tabaxi that I was all about to like go rescue and save. It's not frostbite, is it? Because if
It
it's
is.
frostbite, I'm gonna ignore it.
You know, let's make this interesting. Let's
odds.
say you want evens or odds.
Ooh, odds.
Okay. So odds, it will not be frostbite.
Okay.
Evens, it will be.
Oh,
As a matter of fact, it is someone you do know, though.
Huh. Well.
A good friend of yours. If you watch her backstory,
Watch my backstory.
you can know who this person is.
God damn it! It couldn't have been frostbite that got captured. So yeah. You. Well, I guess the Delayeth behind me now will definitely see me like spark of recognition, like starting to draw weapons, definitely like getting action ready because I've got a very serious single-minded target to save now. Yep.
This will not go well.
Sorry guys, it's not gonna go well.
And for those of you who did survive and started this adventure from the very, very beginning, sorry. I'm on. Rip. You're going to know that the two humans from Merchant Landings are two of the three thugs that tried to get you guys to pay a toll at the very beginning. Let's see. Obviously, there's some dragon. There's a dragonborn in there, as stated before. The water genasi. You're an air genasi, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Let's do evens or odds.
She's a cloud elf, okay? Get it right.
What do you want? Evens or odds?
Odds.
Okay, just a random water genasi. Look like they're from the Scaled Islands. You may have seen them, or their tribe, or their groupings. Let's see what else. There are some the elves we had discussed before our long but not long break for viewers and listeners. Lots of supplies that are on the back of those wagons, which are now represented by those little
White box.
5x10 white boxes on the screen. You also notice that there's armors and weapons that are being supplied there as well.
will I notice you going all battle ready behind me? Are you gonna like say anything
I mean,
to us?
I'm kind of stealthy, but
There's going to be a low growl that comes out.
yeah.
The condition of the labor force
Yes.
is very poor to fare, if that. They're very emaciated.
Y'all probably have stepped forward kind of almost even to you guys now, and like you're gonna see like my bow is drawn, snarling a little like quietly. So
You can't see anything right now. Right, well, besides the...
Delayeth, are we about to start a battle?
I think so. Your friend seems very upset.
This is not gonna go well.
Can you move up the giant a few foot? Just to kind of show their path, what they're doing, what's going on.
Probably not. No, this is going to probably go very, very bad.
Runa!
I can't just leave her here.
We can't help them if we're dead!
I took a frost giant once. We can do it again. It's not that bad. We could get to the
More than
cages.
just a giant.
Could lock them, unlock them. Well, I don't know.
They're not gonna be able to help.
Alright, so let's just put these out there too. They are 2 guards on either sides of the wagons. Bryan, if you would pass 2 that way on your sides. There is 1 driver per wagon.
1 driver per wagon or 1 driver per spider?
Per wagon and
Okay.
spider. I gotta find
Okay, gotcha.
more. I'm running out of all my collectibles. So we'll make these guys.
This won't get confusing at all.
Nope, not in any way.
And that'll be the spider. Spider, you put it on top of the spider. And not to mention, there is a well-crafted carriage on the back of the spider that contains other people's drow, potentially.
Some drakes.
So there you go.
With my
That's a better glimpse of what you have facing you, not to mention a very large shadow giant. Now, one thing I'd like for each of you guys to, you've encountered 2 of these shadow I can put the nameplate underneath it.
It works. For now.
Oh yeah.
That way we know
Friendly
which ones
fire.
are us.
Now, I'd like to have each one of you guys roll a nature check on the large shadow giant, please.
Oh, really? Damn, that's actually good. 15 for me.
Good.
9.
10.
Natural 20 making 23.
That's good.
18.
Okay, 18 and 23 are going to get it. You know that the shadow giants are fire giants based off their dress, their motif, and everything. But instead of like being flaming fire, they're emanating a shadow essence. So it's kind of like it's
Corrupted fire giant.
possibly. But because all the giants have different appearances and things, these were once at one point some type of fire or a fire giant. But now it's this shadow giant. So keep that in mind.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So like the hair, if you look at the hair, it's like constantly flickering and moving like fire. There's shadows and things coming off of it. All the appearances and features would be a fire giant.
Alright.
Yes, I hand painted each one of those white lines.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well,
Either we do it now while there's less of them, or we're gonna have to backtrack and have to go rescue her at the camp. And there'll be another shadow giant to fight
I'm
there.
gonna get that waterfall map in here somehow.
Yes.
Okay,
I don't think it's a good idea.
what's the decision? I'll creep them forward a few more feet as you guys are making your mind up.
Do we take down the spiders first or the giant?
If we wait, we might be able to get more help.
Oh
They'll
yeah.
have more help.
It would still be more evenly matched.
That's right, Jason. Move all those pieces you just put down there.
Right?
Give you something to do.
Roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion?
Yeah.
Alright, let's see if...
Well, I failed my
Hey,
whatever check was gonna
don't
be
worry about
against
it.
your.
11.
I will be very bristled with anger and quietly seething, but I will heed Ilias's words and not slightly lower my bow so it's not actually drawn and pointing at the spiders. But
Thank you.
So we are letting everything pass, and we were coming back to this at another time and date, is what I to understand.
unfortunately,
Yeah, sorry to derail your...
No, not at all. Not at all. So are you guys going to try to move past? Are you staying still until...
Once I noticed that Runa's bristles kind of lower, her tail
Yeah,
goes
you know,
to
I'm not as
normal,
like poofy. I've
yeah.
like calmed down a
you're not
little.
doing the like sidewalk anymore. I might like quietly suggest that I point over to the next like inlet and say, why don't we try to, as they're going this way, we'll try to quietly, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Passerell's trace is just about up. I'll give you one more.
All right.
We're not gonna roll that dice anymore. He's not been nice to me these last few rolls.
Thank God for that.
That one hasn't been nice either.
Nah.
So
What we got?
Right.
10. I want a nat 1 minus 1 plus 10. So 10.
Nailed it.
39.
32.
Okay.
God. Oh God, math. 22.
Okay.
14.
Okay. You guys will be able to advance 15 feet. Go ahead and move your miniatures. Move your marching order 15 feet. 3 squares.
Oh, I forgot we were rolling stealth. I have a +8 to that, so 22. Never mind.
Yes,
Makes
so
up for my
like violin.
Would have been a 0.
Boop.
It would have been a 0.
Alright.
So we are just kind of. My thoughts, I'm just kind of like crouching close to the wall. This is probably something I've seen happening before. Caravans going through as I'm trying to like stealthily go. And assuming that we're all gonna be cool, I might just keep heading us.
Okay. So at this point, I'll have you guys make one more stealth check, and the caravan will pass on this line. If you can pass.
Without pass without a trace.
Without passing out a trace.
Correct.
Okay.
7.
Yeah, you're solid.
Nat 20 plus 10.
That's
30.
good. That's
Nat
good.
24.
Okay.
26.
Okay.
21.
Okay. So you
Our
guys
quietness absorbs your sound.
go ahead and move your miniatures to 15 feet. In the caravan, you can clear the other pieces off the board. They will clear. So that caravan will have passed. As
That caravan.
Runa is like clenching her teeth, grinding them.
Gosh.
I had your back.
Literally.
Okay.
It's okay. Chill out.
So what's the plan?
Really, it's just like
Halfway-
calming. Life is
Look
like,
at
no,
them.
literally, you're not going.
halfway through the pass.
I would once they're clear, I'm like, all right, let's give them like give them like extra couple of minutes here, make sure they didn't forget their keys or something, and we'll keep heading through.
Or we forget
Drop
to
a
rescue
wallet
my
back
friend.
Hey, I mean, you never know. They might have lost the keys for the
Runa.
cages.
Maybe.
Possible.
You saw keys for the cages? Can we steal them?
I saw nothing. Let's keep going.
Alright. Yeah.
Continuing.
Continuing.
Do we want to go back down to the main
I
path?
didn't know. If you want to stay the high
Stay
ground,
up
Stay on the
here.
high ground.
Yeah.
Well, might as well.
the leader, which would be yes, as you get adjacent to that large rock formation,
This one? The one that's
you
different
are going
from
to
the
hear
others?
it kind of crack like a low thunder, and you are going to find yourself needing to make a dexterity saving throw. Move the rest of the party because you all followed. Nice try.
Yeah.
Dexterity saving throw.
Yes, please.
Just me.
Yep, just you for now.
This
Oh,
is
boy.
the moon goddess punishing us for not rescuing our
Right?
friends.
Oh boy, I got an 8.
Okay, you are grabbed by these slimy tendrils. If you would replace said large rock formation with that creature. Oh no, I had something planned everywhere you went. You weren't skipping my map. You were not skipping my map this time.
I'm not cool with this.
That's okay.
Skipping
Runa has some
the
aggression she needs to
map.
work off.
You'll hear me swear in my breath like, Forgot about this guy.
So you are literally grasped by these tendrils,
Well,
and you are being kind of wafted in the air as multiple tendrils begin to sprout from the creature.
Just wait, it will eat
Is there
you.
balance?
great.
And it is going to be initiative. Let's see if we can do
Oh,
this.
God.
Alright. You know, I just realized I'm back to having a negative dexterity.
It was nice while it lasted, right?
It was nice having a good dexterity while it lasted.
Let's see.
Dexterity is just... It's my
It's on
dump
the way.
stat.
You're going to roll for the creature.
Woohoo.
It has a
You see,
5.
viewers, this rock was different than the others, which means it was a thing.
It's a roper or something like that, I
That
think.
would be correct. Okay.
Um,
So, what is everybody's initiative order, or initiative that you have? I'm not using the combat tracker because I don't have none of the tokens set up. I'm
That's
just
fine.
going old school for those of you watching
I'm
this.
okay with that.
Yeah.
20.
Okay, 20,
10.
10.
20.
15.
15. Jesus Christ.
So 2 20s, 2 15s,
And a 10.
and a 10.
Makes sense.
Okay,
you know?
so here's how we're gonna do this. 20s will go the same. You guys can choose who wants to go first or second. That's up to you guys.
Runa is closer, so she can go first.
Okay. 15, same way. You can change it up in the middle of combat. Like if it
Okay.
plays off, you can do that. 10 is obviously, and this
Yes.
creature is going last. So there
Take
you
them
go.
off guard.
20s, what's going down? What are we doing? You can currently see this large rock that has now developed tendrils and teeth and a mouth that is lifting up your guide and trying to put it in its mouth.
Ah, yeah.
It is a, just so you know, it is a large monstrosity of a creature.
So bow's already out. Quick to draw, and let's see. Oh, gotta get back in the weeds of this. Oh. Alright. +1 weapon, +11. First attack will be a 27 to hit.
Okay, that will hit. We'll find a sweet spot.
I was gonna say, I'm probably aiming for like the eyes or mouth, anything.
Sure. Something
Less
spongy. Yep, I
Right.
gotcha. Because it does have a natural armor of rock.
And then if I can find it, a D8 here. Okay. So that's 5 + 6, 11 points of damage. My second shot,
How much
Second
was it? I'm
attack.
sorry. What was the damage on that?
11 points of damage on the first shot.
Yep,
Second one's a 28,
that will hit as well.
and that is 12 points of damage.
Okay, excellent. You're off to a good start. The arrows sink true to the fleshy bits and parts.
I'll probably move out of the way since I've got my bow drawn and kind of just maybe not hug the,
Rocks.
Other rocks.
In case they sprout tendrils and teeth. Okay.
That's fair.
Trust me, rock.
maybe I'll like have my bow drawn, pew pew, and then I like take a couple steps back and I'll like poke.
Poke, poke.
Cool, no
Gotcha.
tendrils.
Okay, who's going next? The other 20? Yep.
I'm going to cast Frostbite.
Okay.
Which is a con saving throw on your end.
Okay, I will throw it on screen. It has that +3, so that's a 14.
Aw.
Beats.
Yep, me please.
Aw, it says, get your frost out of here.
And
It's cold.
I guess I'll go ahead and do my wild shape.
Story for Archer.
Sorry for motion.
Now you can see.
Now it's
Now I
illuminated.
can see because I'm glowing. Well, I rolled a 1, so that's a 7.
7 does not hit.
And I'm gonna stay where I am.
Okay. That would be the 15s.
Am I flush with him?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. I'll move into engage. Stabby stab. Is he... Or whatever the hell the thing is. Well, anyway, I'm just going to stab it with the rapier. We'll go from there.
Okay.
19 hits.
Your rapier will bend as the rock armor protects it.
Oh! Okay. Alright, I will disengage. Bonus action and get out of there. And it's fitting because the model already has advanced rapier.
Perfect.
We strive for accuracy here.
We certainly do.
I have 70 miniatures with different poses to change them out as they...
Alright, so Delayeth is going to move up and get engaged with this roper and will attempt to slash at it with my long sword. So, attack number 1 will be a nat 20.
Nice.
That will hit.
So
According to the rules.
I will also, as a paladin, I will go ahead and use a second level spell slot to do an extra divine smite, which also gets doubled, I do believe. The
Oh, yes.
dice are
Yes.
doubled.
Yeah. Nature's gonna rain.
So that will be a hearty hit of 4, 7 plus 3 for 11. And then I need, I think, 6 more d8s. So,
Like tomorrow soon?
nah, that's fine. 1, 5, 7, 13, 20, 22. So, 33 points of damage. 11 of it slashing, or I think slashing, and then 22 of it is radiant damage, if that matters.
Okay. 33.
33 total.
Yeah, that's really good.
Alright, and then attack number 2.
I'm so happy
Also-
you came along, Delayeth.
Also,
attack
don't
number
forget to do your effect. I gotta try to find it here. Because you critically hit it.
Well, yeah. Attack number 2 will miss with a 2, well, a total of 9. And then it's d20 for the crit damage, right?
Yes, I'm trying to find where it would be.
Alright. So that will be a number 5 on that.
Number 5, it is something. Ooh, whenever. Okay, good to know that. I'll set that off to the side right here and keep that track. So you definitely press your blade into the creature, probably into the hilt almost. And when you withdraw it for your second attack, you're going to pull out, it's going to kind of spurt out some sort of like purplish black ichor. And the wound is definitely oozing, and you can see the creature is definitely affected. It seems very pained, more than what the little wound you dealt to it is doing. So, I will leave it at that.
Alright, perfect. And that will end my turn.
Okay, that brings us to our ranger. This creature is looking really rough. You are also in the tendril. Let me check out there. You can. You're considered grappled currently,
Okay.
so you can use an escape as an action. You are also targeted as restrained, and you have disadvantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. Just
Okay.
so you know.
I will attempt to wiggle forth away from this, so try to escape.
Yep, you can do acrobatics or athletics.
Okay, I'll do athletics.
It is strength, which is disadvantage. Just so you, it's disadvantage.
Okay.
I think it's a strength-based skill. the
Yeah,
athletics.
yeah,
Yep.
Yep. Okay, disadvantage, athletics check.
Correct.
Oh,
Aww.
I rolled a 20 and a 9, so that would be an 11.
11 doesn't do it. You start to kind of push, and you just make it tighter as it kind of slithers and just tightens around your waist.
So that's my action, right?
That is an action. Correct.
Okay. Nope, that's gonna be it then. I don't have any real bonus actions, so I will stay grappled.
Okay,
Cry for
so
help. Help!
Help. Gotcha.
I got you, boo. I got you.
Thank you.
It is going
I did this
to
on purpose.
lash out
You don't have to make
at.
me feel special or anything.
Oh boy. I get
boy.
so many cool toys to play with. It is going to lash out at. Let's see, Nox. It's going to lash out at you. You're not. How
is
far are you away?
Nox.
No.
Yeah, how far are you away though?
1, 2, 3, 4.
25?
Yeah, it's going to lash out at you. It's going to lash out at Runa. It's going to lash out at Ilias. 1, 2, 3.
No, that's the
Make
one
sure.
direction in
So,
front of
so
it.
it does not lash out.
It's like-
they're just all going
Oh, it's
past
probably
me,
just
and I'm
going
just
to try to bite.
Dodge.
It's like,
Oh,
be like,
and it will. It will
like an
also
elephant, can't
lash
see, like,
out
what's right in front
at
of it.
you, Delayeth. It
Oh.
has 4 tendril attacks and
Ah,
another.
okay.
So we'll start with. Well, you're the closest. Let's start with Delayeth.
Okay.
Does a
No.
13 plus. Oh, does a 20 hit you?
A 20 will hit.
You are now considered grappled and being lifted into the air
Oh,
from your current position. We will go with Nox. Does a 10 hit Nox?
No.
Okay, you avoid the tendril. The third tendril attack is going to go to Runa. 20.
yes.
You are grappled in its tendrils. And the fourth and final tendril attack is going to be towards. Oh, that's a 20.
Yes.
Who am I? Yes. 20 plus. You are also grappled in its tendrils, and it has an extra bite attack it's going to deal on the one it already had in its tendrils, which would be Rilda.
No.
Does a 17 plus
Yes.
24. It's going to deal a lot.
Goody.
It's going to deal 8 plus 5, which is 13, plus 6, which is 19, plus another 6, which is 25, plus 4, 29 points of damage on its bite.
Okay.
290. Nope.
Please.
It is very angry.
With that, I am going to use my Channel Divinity, Rebuke the Violent.
Okay.
It will have to make a DC 14 Wisdom saving throw, or take all of that damage as radiant damage.
It
If
is 15 plus numbers.
it does have a plus. Damn, I was
Yep.
hoping it was minus. So it'll take
What was it? What was it?
DC 14
Oh, wisdom?
Wisdom.
Oh, no, it's plus.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
That's fine. It will take half as much damage on a success, so it will still take 14 points of radiant damage.
excellent. It is starting, like, bits of rock are beginning to fall, the tendrils. There should be, how many do I have? 5 of you in the tendrils? 4 of you?
4.
Okay, there's 2 of them that are flailing, and you guys are getting kind of shook around. Oh, let's see. It is the 20's turn. As you are considered, if you are in a tendril, you are considered grappled and restrained. Strength checks and throws are a disadvantage.
For athletics, right?
Anything strength based.
Like
And
regular
yes, it is athletics or acrobatics to escape. You can use it's like a grapple check.
What are you doing?
You want all of us?
Nope. Whoever wants to get the 20, that would be between Runa and Elias. I'm assuming you're both going to try to get out of there. Oh.
15 acrobatics check.
Okay. And what does Elias have?
8.
Okay.
For
Elias is
athletics.
stuck. Runa is going to squeeze out. You are going to stay exactly where you're going to drop down wherever you were.
Okay.
Where she was before, or where she's at now?
That's fine. You can put her where she is now. There you go. What next?
Oh.
Anything?
I'm gonna drop my bow and slide out my short swords.
Okay.
Now that I'm in range, and see if I can remember how to dual wield.
Do you only have your bonus action?
That's it.
Because your action was to escape.
Correct. You can also move.
I can. Also, where's my? can action surge as well.
Ooh, yes you can.
So
was actually darling.
I
Take
will.
that, rules lawyer.
No, great point. And honestly, probably better because I only have to figure out how many attacks I have with one dual wielding.
Right.
Okay. Alright, when I take with the
It's fine, I have more.
attack action, and attack with one weapon, use my bonus action to attack with a different one.
Mm-hmm.
So I only have the one bonus action, so I will get 2 main attacks and then 1 of the dual fighting attacks. So 3 attacks total, but
Bonus
only...
action is your extra.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Very good.
Woo! Woo! Math is even harder when it is involved in attacks. Okay. Let's see. My sword is a +8. So we'll do our first 2 attacks with the sword. 15 and a 17 +8. I think those both hit.
15 does.
23. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
So that's 2d6 plus 5. So 10, 15, 18 points of damage from those first 2. And then the last one will have... That does...
Who's closest to Runa?
Rilda.
Then that attack will go through the tendrils and Rilda will fall.
I got you, boo!
This black purple ichor is just hosing everyone within 5 feet.
Ew.
Oh, lovely.
Is she falling prone or just falling down?
Just falling down.
Oh, sweet.
Yep.
To the damage.
Yep.
And so another... That's... My bonus one's not gonna hit, so it doesn't matter. 5 plus 8. 13.
Does not.
Okay.
You missed because I'm high-fiving you as I fall.
I would like to take my bonus action to high five first.
Sure. All right, it's the 15s. What do you gents want to do?
I'll go. I'm gonna pull out the crossbow and fire with a +1 bolts.
Oh, excellent.
Alright.
It's also a +1 to your attack. It does both.
Okay.
Attack and damage +1.
22.
Hits it.
Do I get sneak attack? Because there's people within 5 feet of them.
You do,
Alright.
actually.
Some numbers. 1, 4, 9, 10, 14, +1, 15 total.
This is locker combination.
Yeah.
How would you like this creature to die as you are being kind of flung around and it's...
Because if the mouth is up,
I'm
I'm not being.
Oh, that's right, okay.
Remember, we had to
I
do
took
that.
a second to stick back and.
Oh, yeah, the mouth is open.
The mouth is open.
Actually, it'll seize up, the tendrils stop, everyone in the tendrils fall prone as it just drops you,
Ouch.
and the creature will just like slump back into like a rock. All of the fleshy bits just kind of fade into and become hollow. So it looks like a hollowed, like a shell of what it was. And it kind of oozes out in that black.
They're all covered in purple except for me.
Everyone around the creature has got some sort of ichor or goo on them, yes.
Can we take like a short rest to mostly clean up?
You should
There's
probably
water
look-
down below.
I was gonna say there's little bits of water. I'm definitely. I don't like having goop in my beautiful fur.
Are we going to short rest here?
I don't know. The DM's got a look on his face.
I just need to know.
I thought we were headed to her like outpost thing.
Yeah, we're trying.
It's a bit of a hike still.
It's a bit of a hike to my hideout, but how are we all feeling?
I'm like sitting there like.
So
I'd
the water-
really like to wash this off.
You can go down to like the mid-level pathway to access the water. It is that green. It's more bioluminescent than the lake, so it's putting off a lot more. And that could be because of the different coral and the different cave creatures and things that are in the water. It's very clean and cold.
Ooh, beautiful.
So yeah, it feels good and soothing.
You come out and you're glowing.
It's a hot spring.
Do I have spider powers now?
No.
I don't
third eye.
think we should rest.
No.
And we can
I'll just
do
spend
that
like
for you
15
take a
minutes
dip.
to like.
Sure, clean up. Yep.
As
Okay.
a ranger.
Well, you know, I was
Filthy,
wet and
so-
sopping before. I'll just go full in with armor again. And
During that time, there is the sound of a muffled kind of struggle of a voice or something that is coming from the lower path.
yeah, I was gonna say, put me in the water and I'm taking a nice little bath, little dip. Everyone else is like, oh, it's so cold, and I'm like, ooh.
Oh, I didn't care enough to actually go and get in.
I was just standing here.
I just added that filth to the layer of filth that's already on my body, so we're cool. Do I notice we all notice the sounds down below?
If you have a 15 or higher on the passive, you
I might-
notice it.
Try to stealthily maybe walk a little closer to see, like, maybe I can get a vantage on what's going on.
Go ahead and do a perception check. Put yourself where you want to be.
You're swimming, I might just be like, over here,
Right by the mushroom.
right by the mushroom. Hi! That is a 17.
You kind of peer over the edge a little bit, and you can see a bunch of spider webs and kind of like alcove, but you will see this big bundle of what looks like a mummified something that is like struggling.
I'll kind of like,
You're probably like 10 feet above.
I'll say, psst, psst, hey guys, like beckon you guys over.
Mm-hmm.
There seems like there's somebody maybe in this spider web.
Well, cut them out.
Okay. Is that really high where I would hurt myself
You would
jumping
have-
down?
It's like, it's a 15 foot, and it's an athletics check for sure.
I will go around.
Okay.
um,
Okay, going down the pathway, you'll be.
boop.
You'll see and hear kind of the ambient of water trickling as it's kind of coming out of the cave wall and collecting in a small pool down there. And you will see what looks like a medium-sized creature that is just like a mummy almost, like bound in spiderweb wrapped, and it is struggling. and
It's
trying
making
to get
noise.
free. Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna like look up at my companions like, do you think this is gonna draw the spider?
Most definitely.
Yeah, probably.
Still cut him? What do you think?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna call over from
Hopefully.
the pool and then light the webs on fire.
Hopefully it's someone that can become an ally. And not someone that we'll just have to kill.
Correct.
Somebody needs to come down here with a blade then, because I don't have a blade.
Okay.
have a
Bro.
Throw me your knife. No, don't throw me your knife.
All right. I'll suddenly traipse down like plop 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 plop.
Dripping water.
Right.
Yeah.
And I will take a couple slashes. Then I'll pull out like a little hunting dagger I've got on my belt and like crack open what I think is the top.
I'm gonna have my bow at the ready in case.
Okay. So you begin to split open the cocoon of this medium-sized creature, and when you do, it will reveal as it kind of spills out once you get to a certain point, and the web just kind of tears away. A male drow figure that has been bound inside of there, and he's kind of on his hands and knees, and it's like, oh, thank you so much.
Do I see signs of him being a traitor?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask as well.
Insight.
Okay.
Insight checks. As you guys are making the insight checks, he's like, behind you, is what he's going to say. Go ahead and give your insight checks.
Great.
7.
21.
That's 22.
The two of you feel as if he's a neutral party. He doesn't have anything brandishing him as
Betrayer.
a betrayer, correct. And as he says behind you, the set, because you were like, you look quickly, you only have the 7, and you will see kind of coming out of the darkness a giant spider towards where you are. And that is where we're going to end this chapter of our tale. So tune in every Friday. Now, listen, watch, give those subscriptions, thumbs up, all the things you're supposed to do on the interwebs, and see what happens next. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.